I'm here with Ofer Freiman and his film Leaving Paradise. Ofer, tell us a little bit about how you got to this film.
Yeah, I must to say that this is the one of the first questions that audience asked me after watching this film, because it's really unique story. So how did you get till Brazil to this so special family? So actually it was by coincidence. It was more than 7 years ago in the summer of 2014. Myself, and my wife, we invited our friend to watch with us a football game. It was part of the World Cup champion game, Brazil and Mexico. And just before our friend came, she asked us if she can bring another friend of her to come to our apartment, and we said, of course. And this friend was Fanny, the one who married Israel, or Galego, one of the brothers in the villa. And this was just before they got married. And she told us she's already 8 years in Israel after she made Aliyah from Argentina by herself, and she's going to marry her Brazilian fiance. She's moving to Brazil. So why? You have a good life here. Why you go? And then she told me about this farm and this family who discovered their Jewish roots, and that she's going to marry him there and bring them with her back to Israel after they will do the conversion process. And this was the beginning. I watched the video that she made there, and the picture, and I saw all the children playing on the mat, and also the Judaism, very special Judaism that I felt of it from the picture. And after a few weeks, it was in July, so in September I was already there, starting to shoot.
It's an unbelievable story, and really such a unique unique place and unique people. Had anybody heard about this before? Was this something that that was covered on the Brazilian side?
No, not actually. I mean, there were some small reports, TV reports in the local TV channel there, not something national, and especially about about their work with the ceramic. That they are a big family, but nothing about their Judaism, and nothing about about the conflicts. Just some regular stuff. But now more people know. By the way, it's on the movies on the national TV channel in Brazil. It's there. So I don't know how many people watch till today, but now more people can know about them.
And both in Brazil and Israel, now that the film is out there, how has this affected them? Any updates, any news on them since the making of the film?
Wow, there are a lot.
Yeah.
There are a lot. If I tell you all the stories that happened until I finish the work on the movie, it will take for all the night or your noon right now. But I can tell you a few things, yeah, that are related to the story. First of all, the viewer realized that Fanny and Galego just came to a visit in Israel. It wasn't the Aliyah of because Israel minister, interior minister, didn't recognize his conversion. But I can tell you that after, just before the movie was first screened in festival, just a few weeks before, few months before, they applied for another request, yeah, and then they got permission. Yeah, they got permission to get to make the aliyah for him, because Fanny is already Israeli citizen. Yeah, she made already aliyah. Actually, they could come to Israel from the first moment uh, because her citizenship, but he wanted to come as a Jewish, and they made the aliyah actually in the last June,
Wow.
and they're already in Israel. So this is a good news ending for them. They came with two children. One, the viewer know from the movie, David, and another boy was born there in Argentina. So they came 4 people to here, and they live in Tiberias. And actually, just yesterday, I talked with Fanny, and Israel is working in with in a garden in a garden. He just now started to run his business, and but he is still not in a connection with his family. All the 14 his 14 brothers and sisters are still there, but many other things happen. I mean, there are more people that left the farm, like one of the wife that was married to one of the brother. For example, this is also something that happened, and she left with, and there's 3 daughters, and she was pregnant, and the father stayed in the villa. He chose to stay. Another sad story. So, and there are more and more, but I guess you want to hear more about the movie. If we have time, I can tell you more
Well,
afterwards.
let's actually jump into Passover. I want to talk about Passover and ask you what your connection is between this film and Passover, if you see a connection.
Of course, there is a straight connection, and I'm very happy that you asking this question. I'm very happy that this movie is participating in this Passover festival. My first sentence has to be that I really thank you, all of you, for choosing the movie, and because it really, after all, if we put on the side for a moment the Judaism and Israel and the community life. After all, I think this movie is more philosophical, more universal. In the first moment, I thought, when I started this process, I thought that it will be more Israeli and Jewish story about this tribe, big family who are going to immigrate to do aliyah, to make aliyah to Israel, and what will happen to them there. Here, I mean, here in Israel. But because the story changed from the moment that Fanny and Israel Galego left the villa, the community, so the story became more and more, as I say, universal, I think. And if I have to say in one word, what is the subject of this movie, for me, it's freedom. And of course, the Passover story is about freedom. That's what we celebrate, I think. The main thing we celebrate is our freedom from being slaves in Egypt. And actually, during the shooting, I was thinking about it. Actually, the last time that I was there in the villa was in 2019, 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago. Sorry, almost 3 years ago. I mean, was the last time that I was shooting there, and it was exactly Passover. And I made a scene. It's not in the movie. You can imagine how many things are out, stayed on the editing room floor. So they were talking about Passover, about the meaning, about and I trying to make them, to talk about this subject of freedom. What is freedom? What is the price each one is paying for his freedom, if he has freedom? So yeah, it's a straight connection to Pesach for me, for sure.
I think there's no stretch with this film as far as making a connection, and has a lot of connections between, leaving a paradise for who knows what, and I think these elements of freedom, of course, definitely resonate throughout the film. How do you celebrate Passover?
For me, the Passover Eve, the Seder, it's very very important. I'm not a religious, but this is something that every year I'm making with my family. This year, like most of the years, I'm going to. It will be a little bit complicated. It's a family of me, but this is from the side of my my father's wife. The we are going to her sister, the sister of my father's wife. So we're going there in Yahud, which is in the central city, in the center of Israel. I live, by the way, in Kibbutz, in the north of Israel. So we are going to be in this evening with them. We are going to read the Haggadah, and I know all the songs. I like them very much since I was in school. I remember everything, and for me, it also just today I play on the guitar, and my daughter, she's almost 4 years old, was next to me, and we sang a song of Pesach, Ma Nishtana, and yeah, we participating, and songs about the spring also. So
Fabulous.
yeah.
Sounds like a fun holiday. Ofer,
Mostly family. Yeah.
family is that this is the common thread that I found with all the directors that we're speaking to, that all comes down to family as a holiday. Religious, secular, family is still a part of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the film, and we look forward to seeing more from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm starting to work about new stuff. So we keep in touch, and thank you again for inviting me and the movie.